Before we start learning SQL, we will require MySQL database server installed on our local computer so that we can practically write and execute the SQL statements. In this lecture, we will learn how to download and install MySQL database server on a computer running Mac OS X operating system. In my case, I am using Mac OS X Mavericks operating system. You may be using a different version of Mac operating system. Whichever Mac version you may be using, the installation steps will be similar. On your Mac operating system, open the web browser and enter mysql.com. This is the official website of MySQL, which is acquired by Oracle Corporation in 2010. Under Downloads menu, you will find MySQL Community Edition GPL followed by Download page link. On MySQL Community Downloads page, there are several products by MySQL. But we are only interested in downloading MySQL Community Server. So go ahead and click Download link. On MySQL Community Server download page, at the time of recording of this video, the latest MySQL version is MySQL 5.7.20. If you find the newer version, you can either download the latest available version or you can download MySQL 5.7.20 from this lecture's resources. From Select Operating System options, if it's not selected, choose Mac OS. And from the following download links, click the latest DMG archive file. The DMG archive files are disk image files which normally contains program installation file for Apple applications. I'll go ahead and click the download link. If you want, you can sign up for an Oracle web account. This is an optional step, so I'll skip the sign up window by clicking No thanks, just start my download and save the file to my computer. To save some time, I already have downloaded the file in my downloads folder. So let's start with the installation. Double-click the downloaded .dmg file, which will extract and open a .pkg file, which is a Mac OS X installer file. Double-click the .pkg file to start the installation. Click Continue. We must agree the software license agreement to continue with the installation. Click Continue and Agree button. The installation files will take 1.18 GB hard disk space, so make sure you have sufficient disk space available on your computer. You can change the install location and restrict access of the application for other users from this option. I'll go ahead with the defaults. Click Install button. Enter your Mac user password. And click Install Software button. It may take a couple of minutes or less to copy the installation files on your computer. While installing, MySQL Server by default creates a username called root user and generate a temporary password for it. The root user is an administrator for all MySQL databases. Note down this temporary password to a text file. We will require root user password to log in to our MySQL database server. I will note down my root user password. Click OK and close button to complete the installation. Eject the MySQL installer from desktop. Open System Preferences, click Show All tab and you will find a MySQL icon here. Double-click the MySQL icon to launch MySQL Server status window. Make sure MySQL Server instance is running. If not, click this Start MySQL Server button to start the MySQL Server instance. Also, select the checkbox to automatically start MySQL Server on computer startup. Close the window and open Terminal window. In Mac Terminal window, type sudo space /usr/ local /mysql /bin /mysql space -u space root space -p. Press enter. Please note, the first time you use sudo command in Mac terminal, you need to enter Mac user password. Then you will have to use MySQL root user password. I'll enter my Mac user password. And the second time, I'll use my root user password that was automatically generated while installing MySQL Server. I'll copy the password and paste over here. One more thing. When you enter the password in Mac, it doesn't show anything. But in the background, the password is getting typed. Press enter. If you successfully logged in to your MySQL server, you will get the MySQL prompt. Here you can write the SQL statements to interact with the MySQL database. One more thing before we finish this lecture. If we try to use MySQL statement like show databases. It won't work as long as we reset the automatically generated password. So let's change the password for our default root user. The SQL statement to change the default root user password is set password equal to password opening bracket opening single quote and the type password you want to set, close single quote, close the bracket and semicolon to terminate the SQL statement. Press enter. Now to apply the changes, type flush privileges semicolon, press enter and type quit to log out of MySQL server. Close the terminal window. Now let's log in again to MySQL database server using the new password. Type sudo /usr/local/mysql/bin/mysql space -u space root space -p. Press enter. Type Mac user password and now type the new password. Here we successfully logged in as a root user using the new password. Let's execute a simple SQL statement to see if everything's working fine. Type show databases. Press enter. If you can see these default databases, then MySQL is working fine on your Mac operating system and we are ready to explore more SQL statements.